Hey, Wishner here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today in Torii Guardian, and we're going to be doing a complete run today. Thankfully, this game is going to have some accessibility features we can take advantage of. So before we get started, make sure you go into Settings. Make sure you go into Accessibility, which is the third thing down. Once you are in there, make sure you turn everything on. That's going to be no damage hero, no damage Torii, and more gold. This is basically going to make your character invincible. It's going to make any structures you build invincible, and it's going to allow you to get more gold, which is going to allow you to buy structures faster. Then once you are ready, make sure you hop into the game. We're just going to go with the default character since we don't have any cash at the moment. Make sure you hop into the game. This game is going to be a twin stick shooter tower defense game. So we're going to start out by hitting the Y button to open up the build menu. This is going to be your list of buildings. You want to make sure you pick a tower and then pop it down somewhere with whatever starting money you have. That should actually get you your first achievement, which is going to be to build a tower for 100 gamer score. Then it's going to be the B button to back out, B button again to get back to this screen, X button to start the next wave, and that's going to start spawning in the enemies. Now, because we have accessibility mode to our advantage, we are basically going to take no damage, and our structures are not going to take any damage. So all we really have to do is just sit here and just take out the enemies. Because we're invincible, we should be able to take them out no problem without them doing any damage to us. We should also be earning a significant amount of gold thanks to the more gold accessibility feature. You don't have to pick up the gold necessarily. At the end of the round, all of the gold that's going to be on the board is going to be absorbed into your person, and you're going to use that gold to build more structures. Typical tower defense game, obviously. So once the round ends, we're going to hit the Y button to continue to build more towers, and just make sure you set up the towers accordingly. Of course, because your towers can't be destroyed, you're going to want to place as many as you can. Obviously, try to prioritize the stronger tower type, and this is going to go by way smoother. Now, if this is going to be your first time through, this is going to take a little longer simply because your character isn't going to do a ton of damage, so you're mostly going to be relying on the towers. They should do a bulk of the work, but I'm going to recommend that you try to play at least a few runs to upgrade your character. It's not going to be a total requirement because, once again, you yourself are going to be completely invincible. However, having a stronger character is going to be a big time saver later on. But of course, if you are feeling super duper lazy, you could just pop up a bunch of towers and then just semi-idle this. The only real inputs that you have to do is making sure you set up more towers between waves and making sure you actually start the subsequent waves. We are also going to be good for achievements along the way. Around wave 6 or so, you should be good for the Prove Your Might achievement. This is for defeating 500 enemies in one session. With just your base character and the 2 towers that are going to be given to you in the base loadout, you are probably looking at about a half hour or so to get through the entire run. So make sure you do keep that in mind. Things obviously will go faster if you do take the time out to invest in better equipment, but nonetheless, our goal is to make it to wave 20 first. That's going to be where our next achievement is going to be, and this is going to be to survive 20 waves. So if you do make it that far, and no reason not to because we are invincible, you should be good for the Survivor achievement for 100 gamer score. And we're going to keep up the run. An entire run is going to be 25 waves, so we have 5 more to go. So make sure you keep pushing until you get to the final wave. So once you take care of wave 24, you're going to get this message right here. Evil is coming, prepare for battle. Do your last bit of preparation. The last boss is going to come in. Now, here's the thing, everyone. Even though you have the accessibility feature of invincible buildings on, the boss is still going to be able to destroy them by passing through your towers. So this is going to make things a little frustrating in terms of your damage output is going to start dropping significantly. So make sure you do keep that in mind. You can try to steer the boss away from your towers, and you want to try to keep as many of them up as possible, as they're going to be your main damage dealer. Now, if you are doing this as your first run, you're going to have a little bit of a struggle because your base weapon isn't going to do a ton of damage to the boss. You are going to be completely invincible, so you aren't going to be able to lose this battle. It's just going to take a very long time once all your towers blow up. So try your best to use your little pea shooter in order to take this thing out, but of course, if this is your first run, you are going to need to come into this with a little bit of patience. So once again, I highly recommend that you do a few runs before you tackle your main run so you can at least get some better weapons so this fight isn't going to be too bad of a slog. But once again, you are invincible, so you technically can't fail this fight. It's just going to be a little bit on the grindy side. But once you are able to defeat the boss, you should be good for the Undefeatable achievement, 100 gamer score. You should also be given a ton of money that we're going to take back and invest into other achievements, so make sure you check back soon for those. But that's it for now, and that's all there is to it.